Hello everyone, welcome to my channel or welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Caterina or Kat, and this is Infinite Wellness Within. In today's pick a card reading, our topic is happy surprises over the next few weeks. Once you choose your card, you can find the timestamps in the description box below, which will take you to your reading. If you want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is also linked below. Please remember that is the only way to book any of my services with me. If anyone ever reaches out to you, just know that is not me. All right, so today I have the Page of Cups from 3 different decks, and that's how you'll choose your group today. So let me go through them for you. Group number 1, you have the Page of Cups from the Calandra Tarot, and you also have the Angelite. Group number 2, you have the Page of Cups from the Gregory Tarot, and you have the green Obsidian. Group number 3, you have the Page of Cups from the Wake Me Up Tarot, and you also have the green Fluorite. Please take your time choosing your card or cards. It's perfectly fine to choose more than one, and I'll see you in your readings. Hello, group number 1. You have the Angelite, and this is your Page of Cups from the Calandra Tarot. So I'll put this back in the deck so that we have it when we get to your tarot cards, and we'll start with your oracle cards. All right, thank you. What can you tell us for group number 1, please? Happy surprises over the next few weeks. All right, so you have energy. So I feel like something that you've been hoping for, something you've been working on, visualizing, manifesting, it is gaining a lot of energy. So something is getting closer to you. I feel for some of you, there's some form of communication that you're going to be receiving over the next few weeks that is really, really going to make you very, very happy. And so this could be some kind of communication that you've been waiting for or hoping for, but when it happens, it's like such a happy surprise. And then I feel that there's absolutely little dots that are being connected with something that you're hoping comes together for you. So there could be somebody arriving in a situation that provides an answer or a solution to something that you have been trying to figure out, or you've been working on something like that. But definitely things I feel are coming together for you in some aspect of your life. And then, wow, so now you have magic and miracles. Okay, so do you see what I'm saying? How something's coming together. You see these 2 wands that these people have. I don't know if you can quite see it, but right here and right here. So something is definitely coming together for you. And I feel like it's been a bit of a journey to get to this point, but do you see what you have here? Energy, magic, and miracles. So the energy that you've been putting out into the universe, what you've been asking for, I feel you will be receiving over the next few weeks. And you know, like I said, remember how I said for some of you, this is something that you've been manifesting, you've been working toward, but it's either the way that it happens or... So the way that it happens could be surprising, or something connected to the timing could be surprising, but the wait is coming to an end, which is really amazing. All right, what else can you tell us for group number 1, please, regarding these happy surprises? All right, you have number 15, Phoenix, Rebirth, Renewal, and Rising. Wow. So there's definitely something going on here where it looks like you have a new beginning that's in the works for you, and it's going to feel like a miracle. I just keep feeling like there could be a person connected to this, somebody who's going to be the catalyst for your rise. So some of you already know this person, but I feel a lot of you don't know this person. It's kind of like somebody appears out of nowhere and just kind of like helps transform the situation for you. So it doesn't have to be a person either. It could be that was just an energy that I felt. This could also be an idea that you have, two ideas coming together, your path finally lining up with your destiny, you know, things just kind of clicking into place for you. Whatever it is, this energy is gaining momentum. And I feel that once you start to see this happen, you can start to put your fears aside, because I feel like you had a fear that maybe this wouldn't happen, or maybe you should give up on something. And then all of a sudden something happens to change everything for you. All right, so you have number 6, feather, smudge, fan, clearing, ritual, and ceremony. Isn't that interesting? Clearing. So like I said, or I don't remember exactly how I said it, but the fears that you had about something may not be working out in your favor, that is clearing for you here. Absolutely, that's clearing for you. And then also you have ritual and ceremony. I feel like that's pointing to the energy that I was feeling earlier, that you may have been working on something for some time, manifesting, visualizing, anything like that. So all of that is coming to like this culmination point where you will now see basically kind of like the fruits of your labor paying off. But there's a definite renewal and rising that's coming up in your life. And I feel like it's literally night and day, because here you see how it looks, or day and night, I guess we could say. Here it looks like nighttime. So I'm picturing here you're cleansing away any difficult times that were filled with anxiety, anything like that. And why are you able to do that? Because it's number 6, because things are coming together, which we have right here. So let's look at your tarot cards. Okay, your cards are ready. So let's see what you have. The 8 of Wands. Do you see something is picking up speed for you? I love that you have the 8 of Wands, which is an energy card to begin with, and then you have the energy right here, but this is also a speed card. And remember how I said some of you are going to be receiving some form of communication? Look at the birds on this card. The birds are like delivering these wands. So you could be receiving something in the mail. You could be receiving an email, a text message, a phone call, even like a video call. That's also something else that I'm seeing with this card. The Sun card. Okay, so the sun on this card, I feel, is saying, hey, I told you so. And look at how excited this kid is. This kid is literally screaming with laughter and happiness and surprise and enjoyment and just, you know, everything coming together. So I feel that's literally what you're going to do. Because you're going to be so happy that things have come together for you. And part of the reason why is because it really is going to feel like a miracle. It's going to feel like magic, the way everything kind of comes together for you. I feel also for some of you, someone could be pulling through with something. So if you thought somebody was going to drop out of something, or somebody wasn't going to provide what they said they were going to provide, like they were holding up their end of the bargain or something like that. This is kind of specific, but I feel somebody kind of at the last minute is going to come through with something. Somebody might come up with a solution. So let's say that maybe you're in a group or something like that, and you thought that you weren't going to meet a deadline, you know, something like that. And so you were on the verge of giving up. Well, then there's this miracle that happens where somebody finds a solution, and it's like, oh my gosh, let's run with this, let's go. And then things kind of take off from there. And so with this energy card and the sun card, how these two are connected, the energy of this happiness, this happy surprise, I feel it continuing, because it seems like this is some sort of event, something like that that's happening that is the catalyst to get you from almost being stuck here into moving forward with a dream or a goal that you have, or some sort of like set date for something. Like you said, okay, this has to happen by this point in time. And then you were thinking, okay, maybe it's not going to happen. Well, it does happen. That's what I'm seeing here. The Page of Wands. Yeah. So with this Page of Wands, I feel like before it was kind of like you had ideas, but you didn't have everything that you needed to move forward with these ideas. There was a lack of commitment with something here. So it could be like you knew exactly what you wanted, but you didn't have a way to get there. You didn't have a vehicle that could get you from one place to the other. But what's happening is something is coming into form, something is coming into shape. So let's say if you just had the idea here, but you didn't have all of the substance to go with that idea, you're getting that final thing that kind of clicks everything together. And then that's when it takes off here with the Eight of Wands. So once again, this is just the beginning of something. You're rising up, and this rise, it continues for quite some time. The Ten of Swords. Yeah. So here I'm feeling like you were about to give up. Remember, I mentioned this earlier. And you won't have to give up. So do you see the sun rising here? And do you see how this card is below the Phoenix rising? So do you see how there's a theme here? The sun is finally coming out. I feel, you see the mountains in the background here? I feel like you have been on quite the journey. And so the anxiety, the waiting period, the struggle is coming to an end. So for some of you, you tried many different things with the Page of Wands and nothing worked yet within your situation. But what's happening is you're getting that solution. And that solution that's coming in, like I talked about the energy card, it's putting an end to this struggle here with the Ten of Swords. The Ace of Swords. Do you see what I'm saying? This is your solution. This is that happy surprise. It's pulling you out of the Ten of Swords energy. And it's bringing a sense of clarity. It's going to be bringing you a way forward. And so from this point, there's a sense of achievement. And you still have a way to go within this situation. Remember, this is just the beginning. But it's kind of like before, you were trying to climb these mountains without having any equipment to climb the mountain. So it was like, it was a struggle to get to the top. Could you have done it? Absolutely. But is it going to be a lot easier with this thing coming in? Absolutely. So a lot of your worry, stress, anxiety, things like that, that's coming to an end. And confusion also, because I feel like there was confusion regarding something not working and trying multiple times and something still didn't work. So kind of like a trial and error and feeling very frustrated, like, okay, what do I need to do here to get something to start moving? So there's a huge transformation coming in with this Page of Wands card. You know, you can look at it, the transformation from this Ten of Swords and the Sun card, you know, kind of same thing here, how we have the night and the like night and day, same energy. And you're going to be victorious. Look at this crown here. The Three of Wands. This is amazing. This is showing that what you've been waiting for is on its way to you, and not just on its way to you, but look at how close these three ships are. And also look at how we started here with the Eight of Wands, and you have some little sprouts coming out of the wands, and then we go all the way down here, and now you actually have flowers coming off of those sprouts that you had here. So not only did something take off, but something has landed here. So something is taking shape. Something is, you're starting to build a foundation, because these three wands here are making me think of the next card, which is the Four of Wands. I mean, not that this is your next card, but in the tarot deck, the next card in the progression is the Four of Wands. And in that card, you have four wands typically that are in the ground. And so it's like that's that missing piece, because then you have the strong foundation and you're building something and it's gaining strength. So yeah, do you see how it's happening here in this first row? You start here, you're so excited that you can finally move forward with this, that you finally figured out the solution. This is coming to an end. This Ace of Swords is part of the Eight of Wands, this knowledge that you're receiving, this renewal, you're rising up, you feel powerful again, you feel empowered, you feel brave to start moving forward again. And then here things are starting to take shape. And on these three boats is that last wand that you need right here to step into the Four of Wands, which is where things are really, really starting to come together and you're really building that foundation. All right, so here you have the Four of Cups. Yeah, do you see? This is what I'm saying. This really shows the energy that I was feeling within your situation, how you were feeling frustrated, you were feeling anxious, you felt like you wanted to give up on something. You may have felt like your time was running out regarding this situation. I really feel like you thought that you would be much further along in this situation than you are. And then what happens right here, this is the magic, this is the miracle that's bringing about a change in your life. And see, the idea that you have, look at this tree right here. It's a very, very strong idea, but there was something missing. That missing piece is right here. It's these ships coming in right here. So I really feel you have multiple signs that this happy surprise is going to get you moving forward. It's kind of like if you have a car or you have a vehicle, but you don't have gas in the car. You have this perfect vehicle that can get you from point A to point B, but you can't move, you can't start the car because there's no gas in the car. That's being fixed here. Wow. So you have the Star card. Look at this row. I want to set this down here. Look at what you have here. Magic and miracles coming in. It's going to help you continue on this path here. If you see that pathway, it starts over here and it goes toward this building, the castle here. Then you have the Sun card and now you have the Star card. Okay. Again, you're rising from the ashes. You're rising up and you are receiving exactly what you needed. So here on the Star card, in the traditional tarot deck, there's two vessels with water, or, you know, two vessels, let's just say that. Well, what if you didn't have one of the vessels, right? Then the Star card wouldn't be complete. I mean, it's perfectly fine if there aren't two vessels in other decks, but you know what I'm saying, I hope. So same thing with the car without gas. So you're receiving something that was needed, and this is going to propel you forward very, very quickly on a path that, first of all, you're destined to go down this path. It's just something that's meant to happen in your life, and it's meant to happen at this time also. So some of you could be gaining in popularity. You're definitely gaining access to a dream that you've been manifesting, whatever you've been visualizing. It's definitely taking shape right before your eyes. The Five of Cups. Yeah. So I feel that, okay, remember how at the Page of Wands I was talking about it could be trial and error, where you tried multiple things and those multiple things didn't work out for you? That's kind of similar. I feel like we're continuing the story with this particular Five of Cups. Look at, you tried these things here and they didn't work out for you. And so this dream that you had to get over here, you started to lose hope that you would get over here, because remember here, magic and miracles, you're over here and the pathway goes right here to this castle, to this building, which is very similar to what we have on this card. Well, this card is also similar to the Four of Cups, where there's something behind you that you haven't seen yet. So whatever energy is coming in, it's giving you a different perspective. With this Phoenix card, it's showing you that there is a rebirth at hand, which is right here with these 2 cups. So you're going to be able to pick up those 2 cups and cross that bridge and get over to exactly where you want to go. Because this person is looking this way, and this is where you want to go. I definitely am getting a different perspective with this 5 of Cups than I typically get with the 5 of Cups. In the sense of the direction that you're going. Usually for me, it's the reverse direction with the 5 of Cups. But so some of you, I feel, may have had to set something aside for a while. You know, kind of definitely like the Page of Wands. It's like you were trying to accomplish something, but no matter which way you tried, it wasn't working. So let's go back to the analogy of the car. Maybe and obviously don't do this, but let's say you couldn't find any gas. So you tried putting water in the car. You tried putting, other things in the car and it didn't work. Well, then what you're finding is that the gas that you need to start the car is right here. So do you see what I'm saying? And so you're finally finding the thing that will get you over here. All right. So you have the Justice card. With this communication that you're receiving, some of you could be signing a contract. That's absolutely possible here. Or it will lead to you signing a contract. Some of you may be meeting somebody who will have a job offer for you or something. I just keep seeing for some of you, you're going to be in the spotlight. You're going to gain popularity with your name where people will know who you are or your face or a talent or a skill that you have. Yeah, remember how I was talking about communication? Some of you, there's something that you're writing that's going to gain popularity. There's some sort of increase with that. But this is also showing that you're cutting out, you're clearing the energy of the Ten of Swords. So the Ten of Swords indicates that you're at the end of a very difficult time, a difficult period in your life. And what's coming in is something is balancing out. So these scales are being balanced. And so I feel like what this is showing is, on one side, this was you visualizing what you want, but then it didn't happen. So the scales were off balance, but now the scales are evening out because you're going to receive exactly what you've been waiting for. It truly is like a miracle. I'm seeing like a light bulb go off in your mind where it's like, oh, this is what I've been waiting for. I can finally, feel confident in moving forward and know that now I'm going to achieve my dreams. Things are starting to come together for me. So you have the Ten of Pentacles here. Absolutely. This is amazing. First of all, in this particular Ten of Pentacles, the woman here is pregnant. There are 2 children here. And now she's pregnant with a 3rd child. You also have the fur babies down here. So there's a sense of, first of all, I'm getting loyalty. There's a sense of longevity with this new communication, this new idea that you have, this new road that you're about to go on, this missing link to get you from here in the 5 of Cups, feeling stuck and feeling also at the 4 of Cups, feeling like there's a lack of movement, there's a lack of the proper thoughts to something that's going to be around for a very long time. So this is absolutely something that you can carry with you and take with you and build as long as you want. And isn't it interesting that if you look right here, there's a building. It could definitely be a castle-like structure, very similar to this one here and similar to this one here. So you're finally getting to your destination. And like I said, this is just the beginning. And, definitely with this woman being pregnant, right, that can be seen as a miracle, right? So you have your miracle card here. So definitely something that you've been waiting for. It's going to happen. Some of you, maybe you are trying to get pregnant and this is showing that it is going to happen for you. Absolutely. Let's look at your last card. You have the Nine of Pentacles. Wow, this is amazing. Something that you've been waiting for, something that you've been working so hard toward is coming true. Your hard work is going to pay off. You're going to be very successful with something. You know, you have the Star card here. You have the Nine of Pentacles. This is a dream that you've had for a very long time. It's finally coming to fruition for you. There's a lot of comfort that I feel with this. Definitely a lot of success. If any of you are questioning finances, okay, your finances are coming in very, very strongly. Here you have the Star card, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Nine of Pentacles. So financially, you're going to be doing quite well. You literally have pentacles coming off of the trees here. So I feel like something that you planted a while ago, some kind of, plan that you started or dream that you had or visualizing that you started a while ago, it's coming to fruition. And it's going to be there for you as long as you want it. This is something that you can continue to cultivate, something that you can continue to grow and nurture. And that is what I'm seeing for you for the happy surprises that are coming in for you over the next few weeks. I wish you so much luck with this situation. If you enjoyed this reading, please like and subscribe. And if you ever want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is linked below. Thank you so much for watching. Hello, group number 2. You have the green obsidian, and this is your Page of Cups from the Gregory Scott Tarot. So I'll put this back in the deck so that we have it when we get to your tarot cards, and we'll start with your oracle cards. All right, I feel like these two want to come out. Oh, ooh, you have wishes granted for your first card. Happy surprises over the next few weeks. Wow, look at this. So I feel like literally something that you have been hoping for, praying for, waiting for. It's just going to materialize right before your eyes. Absolutely. That is amazing. I feel like you should definitely listen to your intuition and go with your instinct over the next few weeks, because I feel like certain things could come up. You may need to make a decision about things. So you may get, like, let's just say that you get 2 offers for something. So let's just say, for instance, because it's a very simple example, that you're waiting or you're trying to get a job, and you've been waiting and waiting and waiting, and then all of a sudden you get these 2 offers, and then you're like, oh no, I wanted a job, but now there's too much. Maybe you get 3 or 4 offers, and it's like, oh my gosh, what do I do? Don't panic. Just, take a deep breath, look at each option that you have, and really sit with each option and let your intuition guide you. Because if you look at this card, see, there's something in both of her hands, right here and obviously right here. Well, one of them is shining much, much bigger than the other one. Like this one, it's almost hard to see. I mean, you can see it, but it kind of blends in a little bit with the belt, or like the center part of the dress here. So one is going to be obviously, it will obviously resonate much, much more than something else. Now, that doesn't mean that this one down here is bad. It's just that this one shines a bit brighter. And there's also like greater growth potential with that one. Peace. Ooh. Okay. The first thing that I got with this card is that you will feel peace with your decision over here. The other thing that I'm getting here is what I said earlier, that you have been manifesting this, you've been visualizing this, and it's about to happen for you. And the other thing is that this is showing exactly what you need to do if it does turn out that you have multiple things that you need to make a choice between those things. So this is what you want to do. There's no need to feel a sense of anxiety about this decision. You want to just sit in peace, in calm, and allow the universe, allow your intuition to help guide you into what is the right choice for you. So some of you will just get exactly what you want. You won't have to make a decision. That'll make it easier for you. Either way, this ultimately is how you're going to feel. You're going to feel very peaceful. It's going to be like, oh my gosh, all that work I put into receiving this, it has paid off. So let me just take a moment to take it all in, reflect on where I want to go from here, you know, what my goals are from this point. And then I feel that you move into this new situation that you've been waiting for. All right, what else do you want to say for group number 2? Ooh, this one's very strong. I'm curious what that one is. Okay, it kind of like popped in my hand. I don't know how to explain it, but it is number 44, Morgan Le Fay, Power, Legacy, and Fay. Okay, so it's very, very powerful because like I said, I felt it kind of pop in my hand. It's so interesting that it literally says power on the card. I feel some of you may be receiving communication because of this bird here right in her ear. So that's really interesting, something that you've been waiting for a long time. You'll be receiving communication regarding that. I feel that this could definitely be something that could potentially be much, much bigger than you initially hoped for or that you initially thought. So your wish is being granted, but it could turn out into something that's much, much bigger. So like, let's say if you were looking for a new job and you were hoping to get this base salary, an offer that would be coming in, I feel the salary would potentially be much bigger than what you were expecting or even what you were asking for. If you're, you know, gaining in popularity with something could go viral very, very quickly. You could, if you have sales or something like that, you could have like a very large sale, much larger than you expected. So, you know, just a few examples there. All right, so we have number 1, Wheel of the Year. Oh, and also number 44, right? That's very powerful in itself. And then number 1, Wheel of the Year, beginnings, endings, and completion. Wow, very, very powerful. So you definitely have a new beginning that's starting. I mean, obviously you have this wish being granted. So I feel like you have a couple things going on here. There's powerful communication here or powerful knowledge that you're gaining here. Some sort of powerful event is happening here, which is the catalyst for this new beginning. And obviously it's bringing you peace and bringing your wish like right to your doorstep. So what's ending and what is completing is a waiting period. The wait is almost over for you. And it's also Wheel of the Year. I feel like that this year for you is going to be a very powerful shift in your life that's going to have very long-term consequences, very, very positive long-term consequences. What else can you tell us for group number 2, please, regarding these happy surprises that are coming in over the next few weeks? The Page of Wands. All right, so I feel like you, first of all, you've been waiting for something. We can see that. But I also feel like you've had a lot of ideas regarding how to move forward with something, and there is something that's going to stick. So maybe you have seen a lot of different things. So let me show you what I'm seeing. So this is just an example. This doesn't have to do anything with work, but let me just give you this example. Let's say that you have been looking for your dream job and you've gone on multiple interviews, but nothing is really stuck. Nothing really resonated with you to the point where you felt like this. And so you didn't commit to anything yet because you haven't yet seen exactly what you want. So you're holding out for something that does resonate with you more fully, 100%. So I feel like that's what's happening here. But you can see this person is looking at something, like there's something in the distance getting closer. So I feel like there's like some sense of contemplation going on here regarding saying yes or no to something. So here you have the 10 of Wands. Yeah, your wait is almost over. Look at this bridge that you're crossing right here. That is amazing. It's amazing because your wish is being granted. This is the end of a cycle. This is a new cycle that's coming in. You know, the wheel on this card reminds me of the Wheel of Fortune. So your hard work is paying off. The struggle is coming to an end. I feel, what else is it with this card? Well, definitely Spirit is saying don't give up on an idea or a goal that you have, because you're literally like you're so close to the finish line. You're already bridging the gap between this point and this point. Like you're so close. And once you get all the way over this bridge, I feel like there's a door that's opening for you and things become so much easier. It's like a sigh of relief. It's just, I feel like it's going to be everything that you wanted. The Ace of Pentacles. Do you see what I'm saying? Look at your doorway right here. Didn't I literally just say that? That once you get on the other side of this bridge here, there's a door open waiting for you. And look at not just a door, but you have a crown waiting for you on the other side. So this could definitely have something to do with like work, job, career, finding a new home, being ready to build something. And again, I'm feeling like you're receiving some sort of communication. So this communication could be coming in from the universe. It could be coming in from a person. It could be a download, intuitive, some sort of intuition that you have going on here. But I feel like you're about to see something that was always there, but it's like the curtain, because if you see here how there's curtains here, I feel like the curtain was closed. And then you get over this bridge here, and then this curtain opens, and then you have this amazing new opportunity here. So so basically what I'm trying to say is that this was always there for you, but the time wasn't quite right yet. So it's coming into your life, and it's going to be this amazing new beginning for you. I'm feeling like there's a lot of productivity. There's a celebration. So here's the King of Wands. Look at this King of Wands. It's like, hey, I have arrived. I am here. I'm ready to get things done. And what's interesting is here you have the Page of Wands. Remember, we looked at this card just a few minutes ago, where you have received a few different things here, but there was nothing that you wanted to commit to. Remember, I said if you're looking for a job, you went on a few interviews, maybe a lot of interviews, and nothing really resonated. Well, here, so you can see the wand here, it just has the little sprouts on it. But here, this wand has flowers that are blooming. So do you see the difference here? This is you saying, oh, that's what I want. I'm going to accept that offer, and I'm going to go from there, right? So you can see here, there's like a lot of power in this card. Whatever it is that you are going to be starting, you're ready for it. You have the energy, you have the passion, you have the vision, and you can accomplish everything that you want here. Like, this is an amazing new beginning for you, because not only do you hold all of those things, but the environment that you're stepping into will help feed your creativity, will help feed your passion somehow. So I feel like you're going to be getting a lot of things done. There's so much productivity and activity that I'm feeling is coming up for you in a very, very positive way. So here, oh, here's your Page of Cups again. I love that so much. Some of you will be receiving some sort of offer. Some of you, I feel, yeah, there's information trying to come through here. It feels like I feel some of you passed something else up to receive something else. So kind of the energy that I was feeling with the Page of Wands, like you were waiting for the perfect thing to arrive or the right moment. And so far, the information that you saw or what you read or heard, it wasn't quite matching up with what you wanted. But here, this is like that magic key that's coming in where you're like, oh, okay, this is exactly what I've wanted. And I'm going to choose to move forward with this particular thing. So it seems like it feels like there was a lack of information. There was a lack of something that prevented you from moving forward with something in the past. But this new thing coming in, it's somehow just like this perfect fit, and it will allow you to grow and expand and be your own individual self with whatever this is that you have going on. So there's definitely a sense of you being able to take charge of something and do things kind of how you want to do things. And, you know, the magnitude of that will vary from person to person, because some of you, let's just say, for example, just because it's an easy example, it doesn't have to do with work, but some of you would be being put in charge of an entire company. And then others of you will be working for other people, but you have a sense of freedom and individuality with whatever it is that you're doing. So in a sense, you're kind of running the show one way or another. I also feel like some of you are going to be in the spotlight doing something. So again, you could be running the show, or you could be like up on stage doing something. There's something about this particular Page of Cups. I'm feeling like theater work or something like that. So obviously that's very, very specific. So some of you could be getting a role that you've always wanted in theater or movies or some kind of production like that. So you have the Nine of Swords. Okay, this is coming to an end. So your very first card over here is Wishes Granted. Well, right here, you have this incredible fear that your wish will not be granted. This is coming to an end for you. You will be able to sleep quite peacefully at night. See, look at these two. Actually, let me do it this way. This is kind of the energy of what you have right now, where it's like, oh no, this isn't going to happen. What am I going to do? You go from this to being very, very peaceful. I had a feeling this peace card was going to have great significance later on throughout the reading, and it absolutely does here with this Nine of Swords. So this is a card where your greatest fear is not going to happen. Your greatest fear being that this wish is not going to be granted, but it actually is. You have a new beginning right here and completion. So you have completion here, and in a sense you have completion here with the Nine of Swords, because this worry, this anxiety is going away. Wow, so you have the Lovers card. So things are coming together for you, things that were missing, things that needed to join together in order for this wish to be granted. And look at how this is going right below the Page of Wands, because it's that similar energy of what I said earlier, where you're looking for something, but you haven't found the right thing yet. So maybe for some of you, you're looking for a romantic partner, you know, very similar to what I was saying with looking for a new job. Maybe you went out on 50 dates and you were becoming exhausted thinking that, oh, maybe I'm never going to find my perfect partner. Well, you are finding that perfect person, and you would be starting a life with that person. So it doesn't have to be romantic in nature. You know, this is a general reading. So that's something else that came up here. But ultimately what I'm seeing here, so let's go back to the job example that I gave. Because you sacrificed a little bit of time, you didn't give into the first thing that showed up, you waited for exactly what you want, that sacrificing that time is going to pay off for you, because what you're finding here is the perfect job that you can, you know, utilize your skills, utilize your knowledge, and the company that you're working for will be very, very glad to have you there. It will be a very reciprocal relationship, and everything works out for both of you. So that's what I'm seeing with this Lovers card below the Page of Wands. The Six of Wands. Yeah. So remember how I said earlier, some of you are gaining in popularity. At least I think I said that. But I know I talked about some of you are on stage in like theater or some kind of arts like that, something creative. And what's happening here is you're gaining in popularity. People know your name. They know what you're doing. And I mean, look at, you see the people clapping here? Isn't that interesting how I'm seeing this, or how we're getting this card, and I talked about theater over here. Very, very specific, I know, but just wanted to mention that. Now, the other thing that I'm seeing here is that some of you will be joining a community that is very, very supportive. You have a lot of support around you. You have really kind of like a soul tribe around you. And there's something about you kind of being the star of a show or something like that, because you have it in this card. This particular King of Wands is showing it. The Page of Cups is showing it. So yeah, definitely I feel for some of you, there's going to be a very, very warm welcome when you go through this door right here. And I feel also that this is just the beginning for you. You're gaining in power. Your idea is gaining in power. And there's so much strength connected to this. All right, so you have the Empress card. I feel like you're stepping forward into definitely this wish that you have, this dream that you have. And I feel that you're leaving behind the self-doubt that you had here, the fears that you had here. You're going to be very, very comfortable in this new position that you step into. I feel that when I say comfort, that is on multiple levels. So comfort with finances, comfort with your surroundings, the environment, the people that you're around. And there's also a lot of support. I feel people support you. People want to help you if you need help. People want to help you achieve your dreams. So yeah, you have a lot of happy surprises in multiple areas. So let's say that you get this new job, you start this new job, you're very, very excited because this is something that you've always wanted. And then when you actually open that door on your first day, you have a very, very welcome reception. You feel very comfortable. And then, a few weeks after that, you realize that there's so much growth potential. There's so many things that you want to do here. You have a very supportive boss and so on and so forth. So that's what I'm saying, how it just seems to like continue on for you, the sense of productivity, the sense of power, and like a lot of accomplishments coming up for you regarding this situation. So here you have the Judgment card. There are definitely some similarities to group number one as group number two. So there may be some additional things in group number one that you may resonate with. If not, then, if you don't want to watch that one, obviously just watch this one. That's completely up to you. But yeah, I've seen and felt some similarities throughout the reading, and I'm definitely feeling it again with this Judgment card. So I said, okay, that's enough synchronicities with this one and the first one. So let me just say something. All right, so with this Judgment card, there's a sense of renewal that's happening. You definitely have a new beginning. Now, it seems like something could be coming to your rescue that's going to grant this wish that you've been waiting for. And I also feel like so let me start by saying this. The universe has recognized the hard work and the dedication that you've put into something. And then I feel the universe is sending people, places, things, and situations into your life to help grant this wish that you have. So yeah, there's something about you. Do you see here how you're being lifted by these angels here? and you're being dropped down into this environment here, the King of Wands, where it's literally night and day from the Knight of Swords to the King of Wands. So yeah, you just feel like you're revived, like your passion is back, because I feel some of you at some point in time may have said, oh no, maybe I shouldn't have passed up on these other opportunities. Maybe I should have accepted that because now it's taking so long to get what I want. But that was not a mistake. Everything was in perfect alignment for you. Yeah, look at that. You have the Fool cards. Did you see what I'm saying? These angels are picking you up and dropping you in the perfect environment for this new start for you. And I feel like you have a great sense of confidence going into this new beginning, especially how the Fool card is below the Page of Cups. So I feel, looking at this now, this Page of Cups, like you're receiving this offer and you're contemplating it, and you're feeling how it resonates. Remember I talked about that with the Peace card. You're kind of meditating on it. There's no rush to make a decision. Obviously, there's probably a deadline for the decision. But if there is this ridiculous deadline where it's like, okay, you have 2 hours, Spirit is saying, you know, unless you're confident, 100% sure that that's what you've been waiting for, it's probably going to be a no. Because when you make this decision, there's no pressure connected to it. Just like this Fool card, there is no pressure with this Fool. This Fool is on a journey, ready to move forward, and just, you know, not a care in the world, knows that this is the right decision. So that's how it should feel when you say yes to something. All right, let's look at your last card. The Queen of Pentacles. Oh my gosh, look at this card. Talk about a wish being granted. Wow. So you have the Empress card, you have the Queen of Pentacles. These are 2 cards that are just exude success to me. This is you feeling very, very comfortable. I feel like this is showing all of the accomplishments that you're going to be making. I mean, look at the coins coming out of this. So your ideas are being nourished. Your mind, body, and soul is nourished. You're exactly where you need to be to accomplish your dreams. Your wishes are being granted. And I'm telling you, I feel like it ends up being so much better and so much bigger than what you initially thought. And look at this. Look at the Queen of Wands right below the Nine of Swords. So if you're worried that something's not going to happen with the Nine of Swords, just look at this Queen of Pentacles. This is your fear, and this is what actually happens. Perfect place to leave your reading. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please like and subscribe. And if you ever want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is linked below. Thank you so much for watching. Hello, group number 3. You have the green fluorite, and this is your Page of Cups from the Wake Me Up Tarot. So I'll put this back in the deck, and we'll start with your oracle cards. All right. I feel like your cards are ready, so we're just going to take these that caught my attention. Ooh, so you have passion. So it looks like you will have happy surprises over the next few weeks regarding a passion that you have. So I feel like there's something good. I can't talk. I feel like you're going to be so excited you're not going to be able to talk. So I feel like there is something coming together for you so that you can move forward with a passion that you have or a goal that you have regarding something. And I'm feeling like, so you see the music notes here, I'm feeling like, or what I'm hearing is it will be music to your ears. Like it will be exactly what you wanted to hear. Something that's coming in or something that's taking shape in your life. It's going to be exactly what you had hoped for. Wow, you have prosperity. Wow, this is amazing because I feel like your passion is going to bring in money for you. There's a lot of abundance. Look at, I mean, this vessel here is literally overflowing with coins. and there's coins in your hand here. So some of you could be receiving an offer. Some of you could be going like viral with something, or something is gaining in popularity very, very quickly. So let's just say, like, for instance, if you have like a business, or, you know, if you're starting a new career with your passion, I feel something is taking off for you very, very quickly. You know, it's kind of like when I was shuffling your cards to get these two cards, and I really didn't have to shuffle that much. These two cards really, really stood out to me. I feel like something like that is happening, where you won't have to think that much about opportunities that are coming in for you, or about the way things happen, the way things fall into place for you. Things just kind of appear and it just works. You know, just how these cards came out of the deck for you, it's very similar. That's like the energy that I'm picking up. All right, what can you tell us for group number 3, please? Okay, I feel like you have 2 here, so we'll take all 3. All right, you have number 37, Mushroom Sprite, Simplicity, Grow, and Nature. Oh, I'm sorry, Simplify, Grow, and Nature. You know, again, this takes me back to how your cards ended up shuffling. It was a very simple process. They were both right there. I grabbed them, and they were the perfect cards for you. So there's something with your situation possibly becoming simplified, where everything just kind of falls into place, everything lines up for you. And I'm seeing like 3 distinct trees here. So, and then you also have number 37 here. So number 3 could have some sort of importance for you. Number 13, so you have another 3, fire element, inspired action and intensity. Look at how this card goes with these 2 cards here. You know, I think I want to put this one over here so that it's closer to these 2 cards. So number 13, you have death and rebirth with that card, because that corresponds to the death card in the tarot deck. So I definitely feel like you have a new beginning regarding a passion of yours that's going to bring in a lot of prosperity, and things in your life become much simpler. Things are simplified, but there's also a lot of growth potential. I feel like you become very grounded within a situation regarding your passion. See, you took inspired action toward your passion, and that is going to pay off for you. You have number 14, hair, sensitivity, gentle, and softness. All right, so I feel that things are coming together for you. I feel there's going to be an abundance of activity. And I feel with the softness and the gentle on this card, I feel like what's happening is you're easing into the situation. You're feeling a softness because things are coming together for you. So you don't feel this rigidity of, and kind of like this anxious feeling of, is this going to work for me? Are things going to come together for me? I also feel with the hair, I'm seeing like jumping into something very, very quickly. So making decisions, something happening. I just feel like something happens almost overnight. Obviously, you put a lot of effort into something, so it's not like it's happening overnight per se. But what is happening is one day it's not there and the next day it's there. But when it arrives, it has an enormous potential, enormous intensity in the most positive way. So yeah, you have something very, very, very positive coming in with this happy surprise, or happy surprises. And your cards, once again, your cards are ready. So let's go with it. You have the Eight of Swords. Yes. Something is opening for you. A door is opening. And it's regarding your passion. I feel like you've had this passion for quite some time, maybe your whole life, because I feel like this is something that you're meant to be successful with in this lifetime. Oh, you know what I'm seeing? So let me back up a minute. You've had this, possibly for a lifetime, and now the door is opening for you, the door to success. Because before, it feels like you were trying to move forward, you were trying to get something out into the world, but it wasn't happening yet. Well, that's changing for you. The other thing that I'm seeing here is some of you may have quit like a day job, or it doesn't have to be a day job, but and they say don't quit your day job. Well, I feel like you actually did quit your day job with good reason. And I feel like this is how you felt when you were doing something other than your passion. And maybe for some of you, you were doing something for work that you once loved, but at some point you lost your passion for this particular thing and you wanted to make some changes in your life. And so you did. And what's happening is, in a sense, you're simplifying your life, you're growing your passion, and you're allowing the sense of softness to come in, because there's a lack of softness here because you're not where you're supposed to be. Here, this is where you're supposed to be. So that's when this tension eases in your life, and that's when these doors open for you. So you have the Nine of Cups. All right. Definitely, this is a success card. This is a dream come true, a wish come true. And there's so much happiness here. It's like you're gaining in popularity. Some of you are absolutely going to go viral with something, which when I say viral, that can mean literally having like a video or a post or something like that going viral, because you can see this person taking a selfie. So this could definitely be social media going viral. But it can also be something like here, this person is playing music. So maybe you are an artist and you're going to have a song that goes viral. Maybe you are going to get a new job and you're going to be loved in this new position, and you're in a sense going to go viral with how far you can take this position. You know what I mean? Where you can get promotions and you can, kind of go up the ladder from there. So whatever this is, this inspired action that you have taken is going to pay off for you. The Five of Pentacles. All right. So this is very, very interesting because I feel some of you, like I said earlier, you may have left your regular day job to pursue your passion. And you can see this person counting coins, saying, oh no, I'm almost out of money. What am I going to do? I followed my passion and now I'm going broke. Okay, so Spirit says, well, look what's right above this card. You have the Prosperity card. So this can literally be about finances, where you took a leap of faith and it's taking longer than what you would have expected to receive, some success with this. But the happy surprise coming in is something bringing in money. So again, it could be something going viral. It could be you receiving a job offer for like a performance, if you're performing for something, especially with the Passion card here. This could be you finally getting some success with a business that you started. So all is not lost here. Your fortune is going to turn around. Now, the other thing that this Five of Pentacles could be indicating is that you haven't received any recognition for your passion, for the time and energy that you have put into something regarding this inspired action. Well, that is about to change. Okay, you will be receiving that recognition. You have the Five of Wands. So Okay, there's a couple things going on with this Five of Wands. First of all, I feel like you're going to have a rush of activity regarding something. Now, these are all happy surprises. However, with the hair here, you're literally jumping into something where I feel like it's so fast, the way that it happens, that it's like, okay, wait a minute, there's a lot going on here and it's happening all at once. So interesting that you have the Simplify card right here. Simplify, grow, and nature. So you want to simplify things. You want to tackle things one at a time. And you want to make sure that you stay calm, because it's not always going to be so chaotic. You're going to get the hang of things and you're going to ease into things. So, you know, this could also be if you go into a new environment and there's a lot of new people there. It's like there's a lot going on. Everybody's interested in what you're doing and what you have to offer, but that's also going to calm down for you. The other thing that I'm seeing here is you have these two spotlights. So this is showing me that in the past, other people got the spotlight. Like perhaps you weren't chosen for something, and so you didn't have the spotlight on you, on your talent, on your skill, on your business, in getting a new job, right? Whatever it is. But what's happening, and see, that's exactly why this is connected to the Five of Pentacles here. Because maybe you're going out on auditions and you're not getting what you have wanted. Maybe you are trying to sell a product or something like that and it hasn't happened yet. Well, that's why you're feeling down here. But look at what happens here with the Nine of Cups. You are in the spotlight here. So just keep that in mind. All right. Yeah, you have the Death card. Where was it that I mentioned? Oh yeah, it's over here. So fire element, inspired action and intensity, number 13. So I talked about the death and rebirth. The Death card is number 13. So do you see what's happening here? You're walking away from this right here. This is what's coming to an end, and this is what is beginning for you. This is what is beginning for you. The prosperity, the popularity, the success, the happiness, the abundance, the feeling of fulfillment. You're going through a transition, and it's going to be an amazing new beginning for you, a new start. There's new energy. There's light coming out from the darkness. And you see right here, you see how there's a light coming off of this, this butterfly right here. And that's also very much connected to your heart chakra. Definitely, there's a lot of creativity, a lot of passion here regarding something. And it's also, I'm feeling like you're using your voice to get something that you not only deserve, but something that you've wanted for a long time. You have the Emperor card. All right. The first thing that's catching my attention is number 10 right here. And with that 10, I'm seeing it as 10 pentacles. Something about the 0 makes me think of pentacles. So I feel like you're going to be very, very successful, obviously financially, because you have prosperity here. This is also indicating that new cycle, something that you've worked very, very hard to achieve, is finally happening for you. I feel like for some of you, you will be presenting something to someone. Like this could represent someone else aside from you. So this could be definitely, if you're going to an audition, this could be somebody watching what you're doing right here. If you're trying to get a loan for your business, this could be someone at the bank that you're speaking to. This could also be on the other side of things. This could be you interviewing someone else, interviewing people, like if you're going to start your own business, interviewing someone to help you run that business, or interviewing employees or something like that. I feel this is also you sitting down calmly. Remember how we talked about simplifying things because something might go viral, something could take off overnight. And I feel that this is also representing you sitting down, contemplating things, saying, okay, I'm not going to panic that things have really taken off for me. I'm going to come up with a game plan, an action plan. Where do I go from here? So very calm, very receptive energy is what I'm feeling here. Like listening, coming up with a plan, and moving forward. So you have the Page of Pentacles. I mean, isn't this what I was just talking about? Analyzing things, coming up with a plan. Where do I go from here? Because I feel like there's some sort of analysis that will need to take place because you're gaining popularity so quickly. So here's this lemonade stand. And so it's kind of like before you had prepared this one jar of lemonade, this one container of lemonade here. But now everybody knows that your lemonade stand is here and everybody knows that you have this really, really good lemonade. And so now you need to plan ahead and say, okay, well, for tomorrow, how many lemons do I need? How many batches do I make of this particular thing? And do you see what's happening here? Why are you here contemplating, okay, I've reached a level of success here. Now what do I do to keep up with this level of success? This has happened because you broke free of the Eight of Swords. You stepped outside of something that was once holding you back and you followed your passion. So do you see here? It's very fascinating the way these cards are lined up here. Do you see what I'm saying? You have the Six of Swords. Look at all of the hearts and the likes going up and the surprise emojis down here. And do you see how it's below the Nine of Cups? I feel something's going viral here. Not only that, but look, you're in the spotlight again. So it doesn't have to be something where you're literally in the spotlight, where you're performing or doing something like that. It's whatever your passion is. Whatever your passion is. Maybe your passion is travel. Maybe you want to quit your job so you can travel the world and make money doing that. Maybe you'll start a travel YouTube channel, whatever it is. You're in the spotlight, you're gaining popularity, but it's happening very quickly. And I'm telling you, once it starts, it's not stopping either. This popularity is going to continue. People are going to continue to love what you're doing. So if you have a business and you're selling a product or a service, you're gaining recognition for that. People are loving what you're putting out there. You're gaining popularity. There's word of mouth, and this is going to allow you to continue doing what you love doing. And also, you're going to be able to keep up with this because you're going to sit down calmly and you're going to come up with a game plan to keep up with the demand of what you will be receiving. So here you have the Hangman, number 12, and it's right below the Five of Pentacles. But before I put this down, look at how you have, look at this instrument right here. So this looks like a guitar, but it looks very, very similar to the instrument right here. So some of you are absolutely musicians trying to get a break in the industry, and you've been waiting and waiting and waiting, and you know what happens? This light bulb moment goes off because something clicks into place and you receive like a record deal, or you receive an offer to perform your songs at some event or a venue or something like that. And that is the break that you need for people to realize who you are. So with the Hangman, this waiting period is coming to an end, especially because the Hangman is number 12 and the Death card is number 13. So something that you've been waiting for, that wait is coming to an end and you're about to step into this new energy. Remember how we see the energy right here? So something I feel is really blossoming in your life. The Three of Wands. Okay, this is amazing, especially this Three of Wands given your particular reading, because this person has a suitcase and this person has arrived exactly where they said they would be. This is victory. Look at you looking out here into the distance saying, this is exactly what I visualized. This is my passion. Did I not just tell you that some of you quit your job so that you could travel the world and make money doing that? And then look at this card that comes up here. So, you know, because you have the luggage right here. It's amazing. So I feel for a lot of you, this was a long journey, one that you really almost gave up on. And also, look, you're in the spotlight. Look at that sun shining down on you. You're in the spotlight. You're like, I'm here. I've arrived. I've made it. For, you know, technically, this could even be like a stage up here because there's people down here. So people could be looking at something that you're doing. Yeah, I definitely feel like somehow, one way or another, people are interested in something that you're putting out into the world. Whether it's like a brick and mortar business, or you have a talent or a skill, you're on stage, you're, you know, writing a book, whatever it is, there's definitely people watching what you're doing. The Queen of Swords. Yeah. So look at this Queen of Swords, so confident. And what I feel here is that there were some sacrifices that you made along the way. And I feel that you almost gave up, but you pulled through and you were able to see through the, like the clouds, the chaos. You were able to see through other people having the spotlight. You believed in yourself when possibly other people didn't believe in you. And you've gotten to this point here with the Queen of Swords where you've achieved exactly what you said you would achieve here. And now with this Queen of Swords being below the Death card here, I feel that at this point you're saying, okay, what's next? You're ready for that next challenge, because remember I said how you gain popularity very, very quickly. Something happens overnight, but you gain control of that, which is exactly what you've done with the Queen of Swords. You've handled it beautifully. And now you're ready for the next challenge. You're ready for another goal. And the way people see you is very calm, cool, and collected, very much on top of things, very much in control of things. And you are, I just feel like you're ready for that next viral moment. You're ready for that next huge phase in your career or your life, wherever, whatever this passion, wherever that's taking you. You're like, okay, I'm ready for the next thing. And then, yeah, see, you have the Two of Swords. This confirms what I was just saying, because I feel like you get to this point right here with the Three of Wands, and you're like, okay, let me start thinking about what comes after this. Let me start planning. And then here with the Two of Swords, it's like you're really tapping into your intuition to figure out what is my next step from here. And I feel that's where the sensitivity card comes in here, because you're going to be so incredibly in tune with the energies. Remember here how you have this energy around you right here. You're going to be so in tune to that, and also to the success that you've already felt up to this point, that you can just sit and think, okay, so I've had this much success so far. Do I want to go north or south from here? What do I want to add to this situation? And I feel like you can do this pretty quickly at this point, and you make the right decisions. And I feel like you jump into like phase 2 almost of your passion, of your success, of your prosperity. And Yeah, that is what I'm seeing for you. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like and subscribe. And if you ever want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is linked below. Thank you so much for watching.